Even though the Arizona Cardinals had a rocky start to the beginning of their tenure with Isaiah King Jr., they're picking up steam. They're 4-2 in the year. They're about to travel to Philadelphia to try to take on the 2-4 Eagles, which should be good for them. And they're sitting at the top of their division. But how's Isaiah performing? Let's check it out. Now, on the season, Isaiah still has a pretty commanding lead on everybody out there for rushing yards. So there are a couple of guys, specifically Todd Gurley, who is 486, and he's only played in 5 games. So when you give him one more game, he'll be a lot closer. Same thing goes here for Kerryon Johnson, as well as Melvin Gordon III. You give them that extra game to catch up once Isaiah has his bye week soon, and it'll be a little bit more comparable. But for a touchdown perspective, he's actually tied with James Conner for the league. Leonard Fournette's right there. McGarrity's right there. There's a lot of guys that are nipping on his heels. The touchdown production has not been there. The yardage is still there, and receiving, he's actually been pretty good there too. To give you an idea for how his receiving totals have went, if you look at his rookie year, 520 yards, 610 yards the following year, 840 his last year in Baltimore, and all of a sudden, Isaiah's starting to pick up steam as well. Already at 268, his yards per reception down significantly, but I got a feeling he's going to be able to put on the show and get close to 1,000 yards receiving this year. And do not sleep on Kyler Murray. Last week, week number 6, he ends up getting the player of the week, 21 for 29, 224 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. He did get sacked twice, but hit a couple of rushing yards too. He's starting to come into his own and figure out how to play with Isaiah. And here comes one of the hottest teams in the entire NFL. Look, they were rough. Everyone knows that. They were lucky to get back to 500, but they found the secret sauce. And that just happens to be Isaiah King Jr. If the man was selling barbecue right now, it would be popping off the shelves. No one could get enough of it. Carson Wentz is going to try to stop this team today, but I got a feeling Isaiah poised for another big game. So the Eagles do not have luck on their first drive, which is part of the reason why they're 2-4. And they're punting one out here deep to Isaiah King Jr., who says, let me go ahead and try to make something happen. Isaiah's out here moving, goes for something to the 40-yard line. They are going to stop him, but it was a solid return. Now, there has been a lot of talk about what Kyler Murray has and has not done this year, but so far he's got 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, and Isaiah King Jr. is going to go in the first play as far as he can. No one is going to catch him, the young fella. It's time to celebrate. 1 touch. 1 rushing touchdown. Over 700 yards this season so far on a 60-yard touchdown run. I told you he was poised for a big game, and he's showing us just that. For Cliff Kingsbury, you got to be happy with your offense. Your defense, however, just gave up a touchdown to the Eagles, who again have been struggling a little bit this year, and it's not ideal. But we pick up 2 yards in our first play here in 0. 2nd and 8. Isaiah looking for his 2nd touch of the ball game here. Kyler Murray, little halfback toss to the edge. Got a guy in front, destroys him, but he is brought down after only about 3. So with that run not going super far, it now brings us here 3rd down and 6 yards to go. Isaiah looks for the halfback screen. Kyler Murray's going to find him. Isaiah uses his blockers. 1 juke is good. He gets brought down by Graham, but still he got the 1st down. Again, a big shout out to Kyler Murray so far this season. He has 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. He has been incredibly good at decision making, and we got to love that. Now a quick little pass here, a good decision to Christian Kirk for about 9. Christian Kirk is also coming into his own. Last week he had 2 receiving touchdowns, and he's trying to get at least another one here this week too. Isaiah back in pass protection. Kyler Murray is going deep. He's got Isabella going, but he overthrows him by a few yards. That's no good. That would have been one heck of a message to send, but instead we got 3rd down into a short yardage situation. I don't imagine the ball's going to Isaiah. It is, but he stretches just enough and gets the 1st down. 2 first down from the 50-yard line. Quick little dump off here to Christian Kirk, who can't get that acceleration going, and I think he loses a yard or 2. Those plays are kind of hit or miss. If you get them in the right way and you got the blocking, it's going to go for a whole lot of yards. But if you don't, well, you're going to be frustrated when you lose some. And speaking of losing yards, right now Arizona's struggling a little bit, stuck here in midfield on 3rd down and 8. Got Isaiah for pass protection. Still with some blocks. You got Kyler Murray out here scrambling. Kyler Murray is not going to slide. He does get the 1st down, and he does not get injured. They say it's a 4th and inches. You got to be kidding me. Coach says line up and go for here. So Isaiah in the backfield. This ball's going to him. He is going to push his way through, and they gamble for it and get it. Always a scary call, but when it pays off, it is demoralizing for the defense. Game still tied up here. The guy in motion again. Isaiah stays in the backfield to the left-hand side of Kyler Murray. Isaiah breaks out. It is thrown off the fingertips of the linebacker, however. The I formation out here is 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Halfback toss to Isaiah. Isaiah's out here to pass it. Isaiah gets hit, but there's a halfback pass. Isaiah was trying to make it work. No idea if we'll see that again, but If you want to see Isaiah try to throw a halfback touchdown pass this year, leave a like on this video right now. Don't forget to subscribe, because I got a feeling it is not the last time we're going to see that in Arizona's playbook. Isaiah with the juke moves. Isaiah with the spin move. He's got two people out of their shoes, and he's down to the 15-yard line. We talked a lot at the beginning of the game about Isaiah being more involved in the passing game, and that shows it right there. I mean, we saw him try to throw a pass earlier and get sacked, but he's at least out here trying to make some moves. Kyler Murray, however, can't move enough, and he's sacked by Fletcher Cox. Second down, 18 yards to go. Kyler Murray all the time in the world here. A little bit of pressure. Kyler Murray's bailing. And for back-to-back plays, Kyler Murray loses a whole lot of yards thanks to Mr. Fletcher Cox in the backfield. So we're in a situation where it's third down and 28. It's kind of field goal territory for our guy. We're going to see if we can get here, but Isaiah knows he's got to make something happen for his team. This ball's thrown deep to the right-hand side. They got a guy, and he's going to hold on to it. Unfortunately, he's not going to be the first down. It's fourth down and 1. Now, we do get a field goal. We didn't go forward on fourth down, and the Eagles got a field goal as well to tie it back up here at 10 points. Isaiah, though, avoids getting hit in the backfield initially with the spin, but then goes nowhere again. And if you're Isaiah, you have to be a little annoyed at how your offensive line is not blocking for you right now. The first couple of plays were looking great, and all of a sudden, they're in the backfield nonstop. Isaiah's only rush for more than 10 yards today went for a 60-yard touchdown. Outside of that, he's been relatively bottled up. On 3rd and 18, Kyler Murray throws a quick dump down pass, and as you can imagine, the punt team is coming back on the field. And that punt didn't go very far, so that led to Philadelphia getting the ball, getting a quick touchdown, and we have a minute and 19 points to tie things back up. Kyler Murray hit as he throws that one. Isaiah's out here trying to make a move, but he gets stuck on his own lineman yet again. Second down and inches here. We don't want to use a timeout just yet, but you got to imagine from here on out it's going to be happening. Isaiah's got something. They're going to wish and throw him down, however, at the 39. With 2 timeouts left and almost to midfield, Arizona just needs a big play or two, and they'll be just fine. Speaking of a big play, get the ball to your biggest playmaker. You find Isaiah, who runs out of bounds smartly to preserve the clock. And Murray doesn't have a ton of yards today, a little over 100, but he only has 2 incompletions, so again, he's been efficient when they needed him to be. This ball's thrown to Isaiah, who goes for a possession catch, and he grabs that one. Let's use a timeout here. He got 1 left. We're in good position right now. While the rushing game has obviously been going pretty negative after that first run, Isaiah has been a monster in the passing game so far today. And they go to him again. They see him in the flats. Isaiah pushes himself out of bounds to the 12-yard line, again, preserving some time on the clock. He already has 7 grabs for 100 yards. That's nearly half the yards he had in the entire season so far. He is back and better than ever. He's wide open down the middle of the field, however, and Murray didn't see him open. Isaiah knows those things are going to happen, but you got to imagine they could be in the end zone still dancing to this point. From the 11. He's there. He goes, and Isaiah's got his 8th grab of the game. It's going to be a touchdown, and just like that, the human cheat code, he's got himself a receiving touchdown. The good news is Arizona gets the ball back to start the half, and well, the Eagles couldn't do anything with that little bit of time that we left on the clock, but neither can Isaiah do with the rushing game. And when you think about it, Isaiah had 60 rushing yards on his first carry for a touchdown, and since then, he has ran 8 times for -2 yards. Not exactly ideal, but finally he's breaking off when Isaiah's trying to stretch up the field. He's got a guy to beat. No one is going to catch up to him again. He has 2 major runs. Outside of that, it has been terrible for him today. But the young fella says, I don't care. 2 rushing touchdowns, a receiving touchdown, another big game for the human cheat code. But despite another big run, the defense is struggling. Philadelphia ties things back up 24-24. Isaiah back here, pass protection. Kyler Murray throws another short yardage pass, and he refuses to go downfield. It's kind of unfortunate, too, because he had Isabella deep on one, couldn't quite connect with him. But other than that, he's kind of refused to go deep on those. Murray, all the pressure in the world, and look who it is. Fletcher Cox is his 3rd sack of the day. Fletcher actually only had 2 sacks coming into the afternoon. He now has 3, more than going over what he had. It's kind of wild. Halfback screen has been one of the few plays that work for this team right now. Isaiah goes for the double juke. However, it's not going to work. 9-yard pickup, and it's back to punting the football. It's not amazing, but we did hold the team to just 3 points. Back here with the ball from the 25. Isaiah wrestled in the backfield. This team has not allowed him to get any consistent yardage today. Isaiah lines up on the far right-hand side of wide receiver. We got 2nd and 14. Ball's going to go down in the middle again. A quick dump-off pass. Picks up a couple of yards. A big 3rd down and 5 coming up. Arizona needs to make sure they go down here and at least get a field goal on this drive. If not, there's a lot of pressure on that defense to step up. A quick out route. Kirk is going to get it. He goes out of bounds. Is it a first, though? They say it's not. Kingsbury offers to not go for it. It pays off because our defense finally, after so many drives of giving up points, they finally step it up. The Eagles at the punt deep in their own territory. Isaiah's going to field it from midfield. The spin move is looking electric. Hold on, Isaiah's got some room here. The punter is the only guy to beat. He's looking for a block. He's got one guy stepping up. Isaiah's going to stiff arm him. They say he's down at the 1 yard line. You have got to be kidding us. The 1. Check that spot. This is it. Arizona can take the lead back right here from the 1 yard line. Isaiah's done so much work. He's used a couple of blocks to get into the end zone. He turns up. He is bumped into the end zone. And the human cheat code yet again. He's got another one unlocked. Despite all that work, with 3 minutes and 4 seconds left, you got to get some more points. Philly does get a field goal, and things are dicey again. Kyler Murray doing what he does best. 5-yard check down play. Props are due, though. He has been efficient today, but we would like to see him tested down a little bit more deep. Ball out here by Isaiah. He's got plenty of room. The juke was looking good, and he's down to the 45-yard line. 10 receptions on the day, a career high for the human cheat code. 2-minute warnings coming up. Balls to get handed off to Isaiah, who then gets destroyed by the defensive tackle. 2nd down and 9 yards here. 2-minute warning has now happened. Fletcher Cox on a rampage, and he throws Isaiah to the side and just gets another sack. 4 on the day. We are in 4-down territory right now. We got to block Fletcher. If there's anything we do, it is block that man in the middle of the field. Kyler Murray decides to run. He's going to get a chance to pick up some big yardage here. Don't fumble, Kyler. He's down this time at the 49. You better be going for it. Kingsbury offers to go forward. We're not going to use our timeouts now because we want to make sure we wait and hold on to him. And they can't connect. They can't find each other. And that is going to be a turnover on downs from the 49-yard line. No chemistry whatsoever right now between the two players. And that is how the game is going to end. A halfback screen. There would have been a first down. But Kyler throws it behind Isaiah. Isaiah had no idea where it was coming from. And those guys are not on the same page. Recap of the stats. Carson Wentz played decently well today, or actually pretty well today. 250 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kyler Murray, again, efficient. Only 3 incompletions, 192 yards. But you got to throw the ball down the field more. You got to take a few chances here. And you got to get rid of it. Can't get sacked. Kyler Murray on the day, if we can get the number really quick. You have no idea what the number is. I believe Kyler Murray was sacked 5 or 6 times today. That's just unacceptable. On the ground, Rashad Penny had a good ball game, 28 for 108. Isaiah, though, 13 for 131 and 3 touchdowns. Probably the fewest rushes he's had in a very long time, but the most touchdowns he's had on under 15 carries, I believe, in his career. An incredible game, 2 big runs, but outside of that, the Eagles held him in check. On the receiving side, Isaiah was everywhere. 10 receptions, 136 yards, 1 touchdown out there today. Rashad Penny also balled out, 6 for 72. Alshon Jeffrey, 6 for 101 and 2 touchdowns. If you look at our guys, Christian Kirk, 5 grabs for 17 yards. David Johnson, 1 for 4. Max Williams, 1 for 9. Huerman had 1 for 0, and Hamilton had 1 for 26. Our receivers maybe aren't getting open like they should, or maybe Kyler Murray's not throwing it down the field. We've got to diagnose that issue and figure it out. Everything going in the right direction heading into this game, things just got a little dicey. We have fallen out to 4-3, and honestly, we risk going back to 500 if we lose in our following week against the Rams before the bye week. So Isaiah knows he has to keep his team level-headed, their expectations high, and accountability even higher. Because if he doesn't, he made a promise not to ever see 500 again this season. But right now, he's on the verge of that happening.